All right, you're welcome back to Rubbin Minds. I have a special guest with me who's been here before in a different capacity, though. During the run-up to the elections, where we had debates,
yes.
You co-hosted one of them with me, Adenike Oyetunde. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
On-air personality, radio personality here in Lagos.
Yes.
It's great to have you here. How have you been since then?
I've been very fine, thank you.
How's Lagos treating you?
Traffic. Traffic. But regardless, I'm very well.
Just to take you back a bit, were the elections worthy for you eventually?
No.
What happened? What happened?
Sincerely, no. I just think it's been an anti-climax for me on so many,
Since the handovers happened?
Since the handover.
Nationally or state?
State, nationally, at the local level as well.
What do you think is happening wrong, especially in Lagos? What do you want to see differently?
Wow. Incidentally, I just listened to Governor Body on an interview.
Okay.
And one of the key things off the top of my head, security, traffic, and someone just tweeted that, okay, he's asked us to give him more time. Let's give him more time to see
Security, with security, it's always hard to give people more time. I always find
lives and property.
Lives are involved. I mean,
and
we can sit in traffic for 2 days, no problems. But if I'm going to sit in there and be killed.
Good thing is, he's promised that he will provide 3 surveillance helicopters to help with traffic and security, knowing fully well that about 2 robberies were over the water and all that.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just been an anti-climax. Ministerial screening, everything's just been anti.
You just need a cold drink.
Seriously.
I like the hair, though. What's happening?
Yeah.
Are you reinventing? What is going on?
When I tell people the sincere truth about the whole hair, everybody goes, in my opinion, I almost had a near midlife crisis issue. Yeah.
Quarter life.
Well, and ironically, I'm not even in my midlife yet, but it was just so many things happening all together. And for me, mentally, I needed to break away from certain things. So I just wanted to start with a new look. And incidentally, people are liking it, it's sinking in. Initially, everybody was, what's happening?
Too much for us.
I know. Some people thought, okay, she's gone. I'm like, you guys will be fine eventually. But I'm loving it. I love my
You work on radio now. It's one space that's become very interesting in Lagos and Nigeria, of course. There's on-air personalities that become celebrities. They walk the red carpet. Everybody wants to be them or be with them. Do you enjoy your job?
I love it. Some days I wake up and I just want to stay in bed. But I go to work. Sincerely, some days I don't say anything. I'm at the office, but I don't have the energy to say anything mentally, physically. But overall, I love my job.
Do you think all of that celebrity life is taking away from the job for some of your colleagues, maybe?
Yes.
How so?
Now, I know for a certainty that being an on-air personality, especially with the kind of radio station I work with, Nigeria Info, it's news, it's sports, there is no place for frivolity. You have to be atop the news. In comparison to maybe some stations where some people think that it's only music they play. Ironically, you speak to some of them and they're very, very sound with what's happening and all that. But with a lot of them, or with some people, I just think, I'm not sure because I don't really know them personally, but I just think it's just the fanfare, the pop and pageantry. And so, I don't know, but I love my space. I love the fact that I go to places and nobody knows who I am. Well, say for the hair now. I went somewhere and someone, I know this hair. Are you Adenike? I'm like, yes. So aside from that, Lagos, there's too many radio stations.
Because I've heard the debate that a lot of people now are wanting to be radio presenters or TV presenters, not because they know how to do the job, but because they see this lifestyle they want to live, and so you're having a lot of these people who are coming in and not necessarily good at it.
Yes.
You agree?
I totally agree. And the reality, sad truth is, it's not as lucrative as people think it is. I remember when I was...
Many things aren't.
I remember when I was trying to leave the legal profession. I had not practiced. And one person who I spoke with, Gloria Idozin, was saying, do you know there's no money in it? And I'm like, I looked at her and I went, I don't think I'm in it for the money. So a lot of people do not understand that until you break through.
You have to love it.
You have to love it first and foremost, and then eventually the monies will start to rolling and, your endorsements. Radio personalities have started to do endorsements and all that. That never used to happen 15 years from now. But who knows what will happen 5 years from now. But the reality is everybody cannot be on radio.
Yeah.
Who then is going to be listening to us? Everybody can be on the radio. Everybody cannot work on, on television stations, but it's overwhelming. Yeah. People know you work on radio. Everybody, I have a song. I'm a cousin. I'm like, no. Calm down. So
we'll get to that part, but I want to talk about the accents now, because the accent debate. The accent debate is forever going on, you know. And I mean, even you will admit you've listened to some of your colleagues and you just
I've
wonder,
even tried to speak for them one time.
what happened?
It didn't work. I don't know what.
Where does that pressure come from, honestly? Because I actually heard that some radio station owners
Yes.
actually insist that you talk a certain way because they think the viewers or the listeners want you to sound this way because they're younger and they're used to, you know, if you're going to play hip hop,
Yes.
you need to sound
Like hip hop.
Exactly. You're not just going to welcome, you know. does that pressure actually come from the top, or it's just because it's confusing for us?
It's actually two-sided.
Okay.
Some employers have a sound. The radio station has a sound. So when they see people that can fit into that sound, then they bring them on board. Some people don't have that sound and want to be on that platform. So they think, exactly, so they start to force the phoneer. And the truth about phoneer is you may try, but when you want to speak specific words, the reality will just come out, and everybody knows, okay, this has been forming all along. But I remember saying earlier that one time, I didn't even know I was speaking phoneer. My friend just called me and said, girl,
you're starting to sound like them.
Drop that phoneer ASAP. I'm like, okay, I didn't know. So sometimes.
So was this happening because of the people around you? What was happening?
I don't know what happened because my radio station were very, very down to earth people. Apart from maybe one of my colleagues who schooled abroad, most of us are local, you know, locally bred here and all that. So I don't know where the phone attempt came from, and I just then and there I just stopped it. But you know, there's always the argument of phoneme and right pronunciation, the thin line.
And good diction.
And good, exactly. So but you just always know somebody who tries to speak phoneme. That's why I always tell people who say they want to be on radio, I'm like, just be yourself. Because the reality is, from the get-go, who it is that you put out to people that you are, is the identity that they will have. And 5 years down the line, you don't want to tell your listeners that this is not actually who you are.
Yeah.